Welcome back to the Weekend Geek Out. This is part 2 of our horror remake discussion. So, what movies are we discussing today, Rachel?
Right, well, I thought the first one we could start off with one from the best year in the history of years, which was 1979, of course. And the film that I've chosen is Amityville for this one.
I can confess, I can sit and watch slasher films, body horror films, anything gross like that, but a lot of these supernatural haunting films I do get a little bit scared of.
I know.
I think it's the unknown. And to be honest, I think the original Amityville horror wasn't that bad. No, I think it was number 2 that really put the frighteners on me. I had to sleep with the lights on after watching that one. Jesus Christ, that was bad. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I had read the books before I watched the films, so the films were a bit of a letdown actually for me. But the 1979 one is a million times better than the remake, without a doubt.
I don't know. I quite enjoyed the remake, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, I think part 1, the original Amityville horror, I didn't really watch that a lot. No.
I think the original film, the 1979 version, it was more psychological and the breakdown of the Lutz family, and that made it eerie as well. But the remake, it was more jump scares, more visual of what was actually happening, which took that shine off it. Yeah.
Yeah. And this also starred Margaret Kidder from Superman, who played Lois Lane, and a guy called James Brolin, whose son was Thanos in Avengers. What's his first name? I can't remember his first name. He's some Brolin anyway. That's his dad in the Amityville horror. Yeah. And he's basically about a couple buy a house where these terrible things have happened. They move into it, and he basically starts having a meltdown, sort of Jack Nicholson style from The Shining.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I can describe it as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even in the 2005, I thought that Ryan Reynolds did a really good job with that. Actually, I've never seen him actually act before. But
that's a bit of a crossover there as well, isn't it?
Is it? Oh yeah.
Because the guy who was Thanos was in Deadpool too. Right. That's James Brolin's son.
Right. All right. So yeah.
We should do a quiz like that. You know what connects this actor to that actor?
A tedious link
in 3 moves, and you can only connect it by 3 movies.
Oh, I bet you'd be able to do that.
I bet
right, that's a new one.
That's a new one we could think of. Yeah, brilliant.
Right. So last time we discussed
the
Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the last one.
Yeah.
And I said that the director didn't have to put in all the suggestion and, you know, the atmospheric side because it had already been done in the original.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, that is exactly what is missing from the sequel. And it's not something that you can just cut out of this film because that's what it's about. And I don't like it.
I think like you actually mentioned when we were watching it, the remake had too many ghosts in it that you could see.
Yeah.
Where the original, you just saw chairs rocking.
Yeah, and her
And
voices and
yeah, weird things were just that. It's like when they
yeah.
lost the cash and the cash went missing. Did he ever find that cash?
Don't know. I can't remember now. That's a weird
I
question.
I
Did he?
thought that the money was in the Chinese food dog statue thing that they had in the house. And I thought at some point in that film, he ended up accidentally breaking the food dog statue and that wad of money were in the statue, but I might be wrong.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
might
know.
be. Yeah.
I assumed it were going to be in that statue and the statue smashed and he found
Yeah.
the cash. Yeah.
The only thing in the new one that they didn't have in the original, that was from the book, is the kind of backstory about the land.
Yeah.
That it was like a native kind of cult.
Oh, so this was like a poltergeist thing where they built it on an ancient burial ground and
Kind of,
the
yeah,
dead
yeah,
bodies
yeah,
were
yeah.
still there and that this is what were
Yeah,
haunting the house.
yeah,
Yeah, because when they smashed the wall in the basement,
yeah.
what was that? What was in it? Because
Well,
it
that
just
was
had that
the
woman stood there being weird and putting that
yeah,
possessed voice on and things like that. Yeah.
yeah. But like I say, in the first one, it is more frightening. Like I said, I'd read the book before I saw the film, so when I watched it, I wasn't really frightened, but I was disappointed because, like I said, the book's so much better. But then the remake, 2005, it's just more. They try and make it more of a jump scare, and it's like Jodie is she's there, isn't she? You can see her.
Well, yeah,
And
you can definitely see it. She got a bullet hole in the middle of her head.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
you
I
didn't really
think
need
they
that.
didn't need that, and the bit where the little lad goes for a pee in the middle of the night,
Yeah,
and he turns the light on, and that thing's like behind him.
yeah,
He obviously can't see it, but
yeah,
it's obviously it's the power of sound and visual things, and as he turns the
yeah,
light on, there's this sort of noise, isn't there? And this
yeah.
thing's just stood behind him, like
And to me, it's lazy and sloppy. I think because you don't have to do the acting. You don't have to have a good score. You don't have to think about what is going to make this more engaging and more have people waiting in anticipation of what's going to happen. It's just like boom, there you go. That's what's here.
yeah. So, what would be your opinion on the original compared to the remake?
The original is the best, and the remake can be scrapped. That can go into room 101.
I didn't mind it. I didn't think
I
it were a
know,
bad film,
but it's better for you because, like you say, you don't like that psychological kind of side. Anyway, you'd rather have those visuals. Anyway.
Yeah. The unknown scares me.
Yeah.
Right. So, what have we got next?
Next, we've got Halloween.
It's funny you should say that actually, Rachel, because last night I was having a look through the iTunes store on the movies section, and Halloween came up to pre-order on 4K.
Ooh.
I've never seen Halloween in 4K. I'm very excited about that. I already own. How many copies of Halloween have I got?
I don't know. I know you've took up my whole cabinet with Blu-rays.
I guess I'd say about 5 or 6 copies of Halloween, different versions. They did a TV version as well, where they had to put some extra clips in, and yeah, I've got that one. But yes, 1978 Halloween, John Carpenter, is an absolute classic. it's a pioneering horror movie, let's put it that way. And this is probably the first time where some dumb teenagers haven't actually gone somewhere and been slaughtered by the maniac that lives there. The maniac has come to them. What did you think of the original Halloween?
What can you say? It's brilliant. The first time I watched that, I was frightened because you've got Michael Myers there, and he's like this supernatural, mysterious figure, isn't he? You know, he just appears.
Really, he's just an escaped lunatic that's
Yeah,
a mask from a hardware store and a couple of knives and some rope.
But it reminds me of the shopkeeper in Mr. Ben. He just appears.
Well, the story went, they'd obviously called him the Shape in the script. They didn't know what sort of angle they were going at with this. All they knew was they wanted a stalker stalking babysitters, which came from the idea that Deborah Hill had. I think she was the producer on it. She used to babysit for extra pocket money when she was younger. What if, we were babysitting and we were threatened by some, lunatic that had escaped from a mental hospital. So they wrote this part for Michael Myers down as a Shape. He didn't speak. There was no dialogue, nothing like that. But they had to come up with an image. So they sent one of the crew guys down to the shop and he said, go and get a mask. Right, we need a mask.
Weren't it a thingy one?
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Yeah. He came back with a clown mask.
Yeah.
Which is the costume that you see young Michael Myers kill his sister with at the beginning. And the second mask was a William Shatner mask, Captain Kirk from Star Trek. So one of the makeup guys, or one of the creative guys there, he took that mask, he chopped the hair back a little bit, widened the eyes on it, and sprayed it white.
Can I just give you a little known fact about William Shatner?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did his own range of underwear, but Shatner Panties wasn't really a very good name.
Are you being serious?
No.
Do you know, right, sometimes I cannot tell if she's taking the mick or, being serious. That would have been a good angle for him, though, that, wouldn't it? You'd have made a fortune with that.
Shatner Panties.
Shatner Panties.
Sorry, Michael.
Right.
I can't help myself.
So, as I was saying, William Shatner Panties. That's what the mask was based on. It was based on the Star Trek mask. And I think John Carpenter got that idea from a film called Eyes Without a Face. It was a very old film. And I think it was a lady who were in that film who had a plain white mask on and she didn't speak. And it was creepy. And it's still creepy to this day. Yeah. You still watch that film, Halloween.
Yeah.
I think one of the creepiest parts for me was when he held the phone up and Jamie Lee Curtis were on the other side. And that's when you see that mask close up for the first time. And it's like, oh my God, this guy is an absolute maniac. But it wasn't long after that. Now, I got these two films mixed up. And I did see Halloween a little bit later as a child. I was getting on for about 9, 10, something like that. And I was watching it and I thought, I'm sure when I watched this film when I was 5, this guy had a beard and he weren't wearing a mask, and he got stabbed in the neck with the knitting needle. Yeah. And this girl was fighting him off and I thought, I don't remember him having a white mask on. And it wasn't until I watched a documentary about video nasties early 2000s. Some other guy had made a film called Absurd, which was
yeah.
I don't know if it were a foreign film, something like that, but it was literally a complete rip-off of Halloween. And it was the same story with a guy that had escaped from a mental hospital, and he'd gone after, this girl, but he didn't have a mask on. And I remember that sort of traumatizing me a little bit, because I think I came home from school early one day, and my mum were watching it, and it was just at that scene where he were attacking this girl. Oh, what's this? So it was just a direct copy of what John Carpenter had done, really. So which remake are we talking about here now?
Rob Zombies.
Rob Zombie. I'm obviously a massive Rob Zombie fan. I liked White Zombie back in the day. I liked his music, his visuals, his stage show is absolutely amazing. And his first few feature films, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, they were absolutely brilliant. You could see where his mind were taking him, and what sort of things influenced him as he was growing up, because he did watch a lot of television, and he was an absolute movie fanatic, like myself.
Didn't your friend compare one of his films to My Children?
Yes. One of my friends actually said that they'd made Rob Zombie made a horror film about Rachel's kids called Three from Hell, which I thought were quite amusing. Yeah.
And I'm going to get you for that, Tarquin. It's funny.
Yeah, but going back to Rob Zombie, I think the Halloween remake was a little bit unnecessary. I think the start of the film, where it was showing his dysfunctional family and how he grew up, was pointless. That did not need to be into it. I think the first part of the film could have been deleted completely. And the second half of the film, where he's obviously escaped and he's older and he's got his mask. I mean, great, the mask was great. That is exactly how I'd have done it if I were redoing Halloween. I'd have had it decayed and, moth-eaten is another word. But I thought that second part was better. And the violence, I think it were a bit too extreme.
Even for you?
Do you know, even when I saw the second one, I thought, this is a bit over the top, this.
Yeah.
That was even
it's going
worse.
For the shock factor.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the original one, which is, you've got this evil presence there. You've got this fear of the unknown. It's going after this girl who actually, puts the damn good fight up, doesn't she? She was brilliant in that as well. The character of Laurie was really, really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, escapes, goes after Laurie and Loomis. And Rob Zombies, like you say, you've got the first half of the film is all about this backstory of how he was dragged up and his mum was a drug. Was she a prostitute?
She was a stripper, wasn't she?
And it was like really gritty, overly aggressive.
I think if you compare that to the start of the original, you don't see what's happening. You don't see who's picking this knife up. You don't see who's going in there and, murdering his sister. You don't see that killer.
No.
Until his mum and dad come home and they whip the mask off, and you think, oh my God, it's a child. And then that sort of pans out and up to present time. Now, you don't hear that child speak.
No.
Yeah. And this is what I were getting at. I think he were trying to build that character too early. And obviously that child was speaking, and it weren't right.
No.
He obviously had problems because he'd killed his pet rat and he were washing the knife and stuff like that. And then they'd found the photographs in his rucksack, and, they pulled a dead cat out and things like that. So he'd obviously got mental health issues, but
There's too
I
much.
it was too much. I think it'd have been better if that child was a mute from the start.
I
And he
think it
never
would have been a
spoke.
lot better if he just hadn't bothered doing it, to be honest.
Well, there's that as well.
But
But
yeah, it's like the second half. You can see that he's obviously he's not right in the head.
yeah,
And it's overly violent, and that's what Rob Zombie thinks makes a good film.
yeah. But like I said, it's the psychological side of it. If that
You don't
child
get
didn't
that,
speak,
yeah.
right, and you weren't communicating with you,
Yeah,
what is going on in that child's head?
yeah,
For him to be doing these things. And that is why I would have had him completely mute.
yeah.
You know,
But
obviously, yeah, he might have had a bit of a dysfunctional family, but I don't think that, obviously, that is why he is. But if you look at the original, they were a well-to-do family,
yeah,
you
they
know,
were, huh?
and it's like, how have we sort of
Bred
brought
it.
this child up
Yeah.
for him to be this bad and not speak?
Yeah.
Or, you know,
There's
what's
no,
going on inside that head, you know, and it's more terrifying
it is.
the fact that, you know,
Yeah.
we've bred a child that is a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no character building either in Rob Zombies. Like I say, you've got this pointless backstory. That's what the whole film's kind of based on. Then it's like, yeah, we'll just do half the film about a backstory that nobody really wants, and then the second half just loads of killing.
I mean, to me,
What's the point?
it were like an elongated rock video, you know, because his soundtrack, he was just picking his greatest hits off his playlist and banging them in there. And, you know, if he wanted to do it, he should have made it for his own amusement, you know, and not actually put it out. Because like I said, I didn't think much of it when I saw it.
Some of the kills are good.
No. Yeah.
Well, that's
but it's
about
like
it.
I said, I think I preferred this second half. I think he could have probably worked on the beginning of the film better than what he did.
It's lazy, it's sloppy.
Yeah.
It's just making something for making something's sake and jumping on the back of a franchise that's already well established, and people go, "Oh, new Halloween, we'll go and watch that," which is exactly what you probably did.
And he had that reputation
Yeah.
for putting out. He did put some good stuff. I mean, House of a Thousand Corpses
Yeah,
are absolutely
they're
brilliant.
good.
But
I'm sick of seeing his bloody wife and everything though.
and this is the thing then. She got cast in everything, didn't she? And people talk about it on the internet, you know, it's just
She was good in House of a Thousand Corpses, and
she played that character really well.
Three from Hell. And,
yeah.
But because she's, you know, she is good in them, but yeah, no, it can go in the bin for me. That can go in room 101 as well.
Yeah, because I mean, he's not really done anything since, not for a long time. I think that was the last one he did, weren't it? Three from Hell. I can't remember anything after that.
And that were a bit pointless as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about that.
We're not going into that. No.
Do you want the next one or?
Yeah. What's next?
The next one is Nosferatu, a symphony of horror.
Nosferatu. Now, I can be absolutely honest with you. I haven't watched the very original Nosferatu all the way through.
The 1922 one.
I've got a copy of a Nosferatu, but I'm not sure it's that one. I think that might have been a remake of that one that was out earlier. But I've seen clips of it, so I get the gist of the story, and it's obviously based on Dracula. But I can honestly say I've never seen the original, so can you enlighten us on
that? Well, what is it to say, right?
It's a silent movie, isn't it?
Movie is... I love the silent movies, and I love the old movies where they just feel so much more authentic than what's coming out now anyway. You know, the actresses in those films are brilliant, and yeah, that is... nothing will ever top the 1922 version of Nosferatu.
I do have a couple of silent films that star Lon Chaney. I've got Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. They're very grainy. They've not been cleaned up. The DVD copies, but I can understand where you're coming from with the silent movie. It's like years ago I used to watch Charlie Chaplin.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
And,
Yeah.
I used to love Charlie Chaplin films, even though there's no dialogue in it. You're reading it, aren't you? It's like a subtitle, and there's music that sort of accompanies it. And
I mean, it's not a subtitle. It's more like a "this is what we're doing" kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Even though you don't really need that, I think it just gives you a bit more of more of a depth to it.
But I'm sure. Years ago, when they used to play these silent movies in theatres, I'm sure they used to have a live piano player in the corner.
Yeah.
That did the music to it, and yeah.
But no, I mean that film. It's opened up the floodgates to so many remakes, and I think that they're all rubbish. They might not be, that's my opinion, and I'm not saying that the actual films are rubbish and the actors are rubbish, and it's just the fact that that is Nosferatu, the 1922 version. That is Nosferatu, a symphony of horror, and nothing will ever really top that. You've already seen it. You know exactly what you is going on. And I just think that all these remakes of Dracula and Nosferatu, all these, they're pointless.
Well, that character, Max Schreck, is he called? The main character in Nosferatu. Obviously, as well, Tim Burton was a big fan because he named one of his characters in Batman Returns, Max Schreck, after the character in Nosferatu. But you see that image everywhere.
Yeah.
It's on T-shirts, mugs, coasters, everything. And it's just one of them iconic figures from that horror era. But like I said, I've never seen it, so I can't compare it.
No. But like you've said, the face.
Yeah.
And it's that is Nosferatu. And doesn't matter what they do.
When they made Salem's Lot, was that not inspired by that vampire?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Because it's very similar.
Yeah. And the original Salem's Lot, the vampires were really good in that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a remake of that film.
No, it was just. I think it was just the vampire character that was based on that image, weren't it? Because it is very similar. Yeah. And then obviously, we saw the new one, the remake.
I mean, you really enjoy it. Anything Dracula, anything like that. I mean, you'll just sit there and watch it anyway. But there's just too many of them.
I don't know. I just thought it was gothic. It was dark. It
was.
The imagery were fantastic. I enjoyed it, but like I said, I can't compare it to the original because I've never seen it.
But I mean, but you can compare it to past remakes as well. And how many have there been? Yeah, countless. It's just
something I've never really sort of watched. Even though I've got that copy of it, I've never played it. It's just something that I didn't really. Well, I'm obviously a Dracula fan. It's not something I wouldn't put it on.
No.
I'd rather watch Christopher Lee than that.
Christopher Lee. Oh, actually, talk about Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
On to the next film. You did a good segue there. Right. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
The Wicker Man.
Oh no.
Desire can fail.
Hated it. Not my cup of tea at all.
Wow.
No, it was like
a musical porn.
It was like a smaller version of Woodstock, but in England.
Right.
It was awful. I'm sorry. That wasn't horror.
It is. It's psychological. Now, it was my mum who actually introduced me to this film because obviously I was watching horror films and slasher films and whatnot. And then she just said to me, The Wicker Man. is the scariest film I've ever seen.
I didn't think it was scary.
No, but it's psychological, yeah, and it is. It's really sinister. You know, I mean, I watched the original last week actually.
Yeah.
And it's a masterpiece, and Edward Woodward is so good. So
Edward Woodward.
Yeah.
Actually, filmed a TV show in my town called Commoner's Muck, and he was sat having some fish and chips on the bench at the side of the Dolphin Chip Shop. And the night before they were filming, they closed my local pub early so they could clean it out so that they could go filming the day after. Yeah.
Which pub?
So it was it was called the Moulders at the time.
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah.
they changed names to the Cricketers. But
Now
they
it's
stuffed us
Houses.
all out about 8 o'clock. We were still halfway through. Apparently, it's like, well, what's going on here? And oh, come on, drink up. You've got to go. They're filming in here tomorrow. We've got to get cleaned up. And it's like, so it did cause a little bit of disruption in the town for about a week or so, but they got it done. And I don't think it really did anything for the town, but we were on there. Yeah, local mill town. That's why they chose it, because there were a lot of mills at the time, and a lot of them have been knocked down now. So that's my little story about Edward Woodward. Didn't meet him, but he has stepped foot on my soil.
Right, yeah. I'm sure everybody can see where I'm coming from when Dan can talk with glass eye to sleep. Anyway, so the original one, is on this little island in Scotland. It's a pagan society.
Yeah.
And I think whoever did, I don't even know who directed it or anything, but they're very, very eccentric, very secretive, but really kind of overly accommodating. And there's a lot of folk music that goes on. I mean, that scene in the pub when Edward Woodward first goes into the pub, and he's like, I'm a police officer, so it made a difference. They don't care. And so this little girl has supposedly gone missing.
Yeah.
He's going around the town trying to interview and trying to find out where she is. And it really, the actual townspeople, the music, the costumes that they've got, and the secretiveness, and the fact that Edward Woodward's character, Sergeant Howie, is a devout Christian, and they're quite liberal, shall we say?
Yeah.
And that really goes against his Christian faith as well. So it's a lot about that, and it does make it very, very eerie with their disturbing customs. And that, so that saying about the song at the beginning, wasn't I?
Yeah.
So the daughter of the pub where he goes to for a room, she comes out and she's like blonde, gorgeous, and she's basically just like sleeping with the whole town. And a dad knows.
Yeah.
And then the Lord Somersville, who's Christopher Lee, he's bringing her these men at night and stuff. It's just really, really, really weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
I've actually just had a look on Google, and the director was called Robin Hardy, and he's not really done a lot of films.
No.
I've never come across any of his movies.
Well, you have.
Well, apart from that, but I watched it with you, and I just thought it was dreadful.
Well, you watched the remake with me, didn't you?
We've watched the Wicker,
we've watched the
Wicker
original,
Man together.
Yeah, we have.
The original Wicker Man, but it weren't my bag. It weren't my cup of tea.
Oh no! I mean, it's just they're off their heads. So, in the end, he is captured and is put into the Wicker Man. But he's still he's praying to God. He's more about his faith than anything else. And I like that about that film. Whereas the 2006 version, overacting for a start. Nicolas Cage, I mean, he shouldn't be allowed near a bloody films there, really. Apart from in Longlegs, he was good in that, wasn't he? But
to be honest, I didn't really enjoy that.
no,
I only watched it once, and
it's his best acting, and that's because he don't really have to do
you
much.
don't have to do much in it, no. But I don't know the remake.
Oh, it's dying.
Well, for what it weren't shot in England.
No,
It was
of
an
course.
American version.
It was Americanized.
It were Americanized. I think it had a bit more to it than the original, but
Nah, didn't.
I think they took that idea and, like you said, they shot it in America, and
It was pointless. So at the beginning
Yeah.
of the original, he's trying to help a family, and she's dropped a teddy bear, and he picks it up,
yeah,
goes over in his bike, gives it back, and then she drops it again, and he goes to pick it up,
yeah.
and then this truck just destroys this car. Sorry,
No, it's all
just
right.
destroys this car, and then the car blows up. We're all dead, and he keeps getting flashbacks from this, which is that whole bit. It's like they had to make it Hollywood with like big flames and things blowing up, and it's completely pointless. And then when you get to the island, yeah, they're all a bit weird, but you've got this woman there who he was once engaged to, and it's her child that's gone missing. She tells him that it's actually his child as well. So then he feels a connection with this child, and oh God, the women are in charge as well.
Yeah,
in this one, it's like they had to make it, I don't know, a bit more PC or whatever. The men have all got the tongues cut out; they can't speak.
I didn't even realise that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he was trying to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
See, I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just.
But I mean, to be honest, I didn't like either of them.
No.
There's something I won't go out and purchase.
The bit, I mean, God, even the overacting when he was in the Wicker Man, and they hoisted him up because they broke his legs, hadn't they, so he couldn't run away.
Yeah.
And they hoisted him upside down into this thing, and he's at the top, and he's still shouting to his daughter. I don't know whether she actually was his daughter or not, but he's shouting down, going, "Don't do this to Daddy!" And she's just like kind of looking a bit like, because there it's more about like witchcraft in the new one, so they haven't got that pagan society, and the music's rubbish, and but even when the Wicker Man is on fire, so you've got Edward Woodward in the first one where he's obviously frightened, but he's praying to God, and you know he's got his faith there, whereas Nicolas Cage is just shouting, you know, shut up.
No, I can honestly say they didn't do anything for me. I just thought they were both rubbish. Yeah.
Rubbish.
So, what's the next one?
Next one is The Fly.
Help me. Help me to be human.
Do you know, when The Fly came out, I didn't even realise it was a remake.
No.
I absolutely loved David Cronenberg's The Fly. It was absolutely fantastic.
I know.
And then
the bit with the arm wrestle.
Yeah. I don't think, again, I must have been in my 20s when I saw the Vincent Price Fly movie.
See, I'd seen that before, because that was one of the films that was like on telly late at night.
I remember my brother saying that he'd watched it, and he said it was a completely different sort of take on it, because they sort of swap bodies in that, don't they? So there's like a fly going around with a human head, and there's a guy going around with a fly's head.
No, at the end of the original one, there's a fly that lands on a spider's web.
Yeah.
With a human head.
But they swap bodies, don't they?
He kind of, yeah. But in the first one, there's no transformation like there is in the 1986. It's like he wasn't a fly and then he was.
Yeah.
You know, it's like science gone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still about this teleportation device thing, weren't it?
Yeah, but it was like
Yeah.
a different story. It was like science has gone wrong.
Yeah, and then it's like David
And-
Cronenberg got that idea and just went absolutely wild with it.
Yeah. Oh God, it was brilliant.
Um,
Brilliant.
I don't know, what can you say about The Fly, really? It's just an absolute masterpiece.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's a body horror, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Really.
He did do a lot of films like that back in
Yeah.
the day, Cronenberg. I mean, Rabid he did, and Videodrome, things like that. Yeah, they did have a lot to do with the body and the horror of the body and stuff like that. He's
Yeah.
very weird mind, that guy.
See, I could go the rest of my life again without watching the 1958 Vincent Price. It was only because of Vincent Price. It was a good film.
I've bought a box set, and it's got them all, and they've got like Return of the Fly and
Yeah.
Son of Fly, and
Yeah.
it's like The Fly 2. I think that's in the sequel to the David Cronenberg
Yeah.
one with the guy that should have played Marty McFly. Can't remember his name. He was in Pulp Fiction, weren't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't for life me remember his name.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Eric Stoltz. He was in Mask as well. That's a very good film.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that was brilliant. But yeah.
But this is so in the new one, it's really kind of slow, isn't it? It's like he goes in one night, he's drunk, he's annoyed, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna check that out," you know?
Yeah, she's walked out on him, hasn't she? And he thinks, you know,
yeah,
she's still seeing her ex-boyfriend, and
so he's upset, he's annoyed, and he does it. But obviously, there's flies in there, and he doesn't even know what's gone on, and it's very, very gradual. The way that he changes in that film is just brilliant.
Yeah, because it's more like a metamorphosis, isn't it? So
it is.
She's sort of going back, you know, every now and again to check on him, and he's sort of getting more deformed and deteriorated, and his body's falling to bits, and he's losing his fingernails and his teeth, and he's got to start regurgitating food off his hand, hasn't he? And,
God, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
Disgusting, but brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so sad at the end.
Yeah.
Where he puts the gun, he gets the gun on him and puts it to his head, and it's the way that they've done the fly there with its eyes. It's not saying anything.
Yeah.
It's got the action of that, but you can see that it really, really wants her to end it. And
I mean, that's not CGI as well. That was like some kind of animatronic, you know, model they made, and to get them, like you said, the expressions on its face and things like that, you felt kind of sorry for this like monster, really, that it was.
Because obviously Seth was still kind of inside there.
Yeah.
Because he'd done the full kind of metamorphosis by then, hadn't he?
Yeah.
So it was probably a bit like, well, I'm a fly.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be. Whereas before it was a bit like, what's happening to me? And he had all these changes going on, and he was angry and he was violent, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he thought he'd had some sort of radiation poisoning or something like that from the machine, and it's like, I'm dying.
Yeah.
You know, I'm falling to bits here.
Yeah.
And then, he actually then realises that he's morphed two cell structures together.
Yeah.
And the fly's taking his body over, and
it would have been better shot over here, that actually, because it would have been all right. Because you said, well, something wrong with him, and he obviously couldn't get into the doctors. Couldn't get past the receptionist.
Yeah, doctor, I've just lost my teeth and my fingernails. We can't get you in for another month. That'd have been what it'd been like if you were here.
Can you go online and fill out a triage? No, I can't. I've got no fingers. Oh, but yeah, that is right. In my opinion, if Carlsberg did remakes, it would be The Fly.
Yeah.
1986.
It's such a good remake. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Can't fault it.
So that brings us to the end of part 2. And again, we will be doing some more, and we will see you on part 3. So it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me this time. Bye.
Goodbye.